Another short presentation from the PLC University website. What is a PLC? This is the 21st in the Factory Rat series, and this subject is atomic data types. What do we mean by atomic data types? This list are the 6 fundamental primitive or atomic data types used with modern industrial controllers. Boolean, single integer, double integer, real, and long integer. These are called atomic or primitive data types because they are used to make up the predefined data types. A predefined data type would be like a molecule made up of different atoms, like H2O. Water is made up of 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Here's a typical predefined data type, a counter data type. This is a class of objects, not an instance. The counter data type is made up of 12 bytes. It's made up of 12 units of 8 bits. A byte is 8 bits. Each double integer is made up of 4 bytes. The preset, that's the value that you want to count to, is a double integer. That's 32 bits, 4 bytes. The accumulate is how far you've counted. How much have you accumulated in your count? That's also 32 bits, 4 bytes. And then you have count up, count down, and done bits. A count up is a single bit that is either 1 or 0. When it transitions from 0 to 1, then the accumulate increases by 1. The count down Boolean, when that bit transitions from 0 to 1, then the accumulate decrements by 1. The last Boolean there, the done bit goes from 0 to 1 when the accumulate is equal to the preset or greater than the preset. Here's another data type, a predefined data type, and that's a timer. And you notice some similarities between the two. Remember, counters count events, timers count units of time. The molecule of data, the timer data type, is made up of 2 double integers and 3 Boolean. Here's an example of a data type, a predefined data type, that is made up of Boolean, real, and double integers. This particular data type would be the information object model, or the class of objects, data objects, that you would use to back up logic or an instruction for an alarm. All of those real atomic data types, all those instances of the atomic data type real, are floating point. The double integer is status, and the rest of them are all bits or Boolean. We're covering all the bases here, but keep in mind that most PLCs only have integers, 16-bit words in memory available to create these predefined data types. A micrologics controller, for instance, a counter would be made up of 3 integers. A timer would be made up of 3 integers, and there would not be any predefined data types like alarm. So we're covering the bases here for PLCs and PAC. The first and the most primitive of all the data types is the bool or the Boolean. And this data type was named for George Boole, the mathematician that created Boolean algebra. Boolean algebra was something that we used years ago to reduce our logical expressions to the smallest form to save on memory. The most notable development from George Boole was that all decisions could be reduced down to 2 states, true or false. Boolean. A Boolean data type is going to occupy 1 bit somewhere in memory. That bit, however, is part of a word, and that bit has a value of 0 or 1. That is the limit of what you can do with a Boolean data type. In PLCs, there are not Boolean data types, but you can use a bit from a word to address that bit with the name of the word and then a delimiter and the specific bit. So there are no Boolean data types in most PLCs, but it is an atomic data type, 0 or 1. If we throw 2 bits together in memory, out of a word in memory, those 2 bits together can be encoded to be 00011011. That's binary 0 through 3. 1, 2, 3. If we throw 4 of those together, now we have 000, 001, and so forth, all the way up to 15. However, because everything that we do in the real world is decimal base 10, there is a limit to what we could do with those 4 bits. That's 8 plus 1 is 9. That is the highest decimal value that we can encode into 4 bits. That brings us to something else called binary coded decimal. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you can see as we progress, we go from 0 to 9. This is not an atomic data type. BCD, binary coded decimal, is not an atomic data type. What would happen if we went above 1001, decimal 9? What if we had 1010? Hexadecimal is an extension of BCD. Just as decimal has 0 through 9, 10 symbols, hexadecimal has 16, 0 through 9 and A through F. In case you're struggling with A through F, they are equivalent to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And just so you understand, hexadecimal is a number system, not an atomic data type. The next actual atomic data type is single integer. Remember, Boolean was 1 bit. Single integer is 8 bits or a byte. And with single integer, we can store values decimal equivalent of 0 through 255. All ones would be 255. There are 256 values, but they're 0 through 255. This is the second atomic data type, single integer. This brings us to the third actual atomic data type, and that is a 16-bit integer, int. A 16-bit unsigned, meaning no plus or minus sign, can store values, decimal values, of 0 to 65,535. This is unsigned integer, which means that you're using all 16 base 2 positions to accumulate to a value of 65,535. All ones would be 65,535. Now this is the third atomic data type. If there's unsigned integer, then that means there's signed integer. With signed integer, it's still 16 bits. But notice the highest positive value is 32,768. And because it's signed, you can go from below 0 to minus 32,768. And the last bit, the most significant bit, which is bit 15, remember it's bits 0 through 15. Bit 15 is the sign. If it's a 1, it's a negative number. If it's a 0, it's a positive. So here we show you the highest positive value in 0. This would be, if you like, the lowest value or the most negative in the negative direction from 0, minus 32,768. And notice that those are all zeros except for the 15th. Now this is something you're going to have to wrap your head around, because everything that you see in the real world is decimal, and your PLC program is probably going to display everything in decimal. You will never have to contend with this type of binary value. Notice that if we have just a single bit in the 1 state, the 14th bit, the second to the last, we have positive 16,384. If we add one more bit to that, in other words, the 15th bit is 1, we have negative 16,384. That's signed integer. Everything in our PLC type database is going to be signed integer. I do want to point out that there is a line of demarcation between the data and the programs. And you will notice this as you start working with PLCs and PACs. Neither of these two can be edited online in some PLCs. Yet in other PLCs, you can edit the program, the ladder logic, but you cannot alter the shape of the data table. So when I say edit the data table, I mean expand or contract. Add more elements, add more words, or change the shape. Obviously, you can change the value when it's running, just not the shape. In the newer controllers, PACs, you can add more data into the data table. In other words, you can expand the data table and you can edit the programs. Next up for a atomic data type is the double integer. But notice that the highest positive value is quite high and the lowest negative value is a long ways below 0. And I threw in -1 just so you could see that if you are accustomed to standard binary encoding, say with 4 bits, 0 through 15, and you look at this one that's actually equivalent to -1 decimal, it's going to blow your mind. Again, you're not going to see these binary bit patterns normally in your program. You're going to see the decimal equivalent. The double integer, the DINT, is is the fourth atomic data type, and it is the native data type in programmable automation controller, whereas the integer was the native data type in like Micrologic's, Select 500, PLC Vives, and most PLCs. The dent is the native data type in the newer controllers. There's also real or floating point. Now in PLCs they don't call it real, they just call it floating point, and it's actually comprised of two integers. But it's not an atomic data type in a PLC. Then there's also long integer, that's 64-bit integer, and it's used to store values for date and time. That is a long integer. And that is what is meant by atomic data types.